All right, guys. Hope everyone's having a great day. This is Crypto Charts Joe with another update on Theta and Theta Fuel regarding the charts. And today we're going to look at why the altcoins are pulling back. Of course, Theta is joining the party on that pullback. We're probably looking at a near-term correction here. And it all starts with Ethereum ETH. It had led the massive push to the upside over several months, actually starting in March of 2020 is when everything started jumping to the upside, especially these altcoins. And as you can see today, we're putting in a potential reversal candle here. Let me look at the volume. And volume, well, we still have just under 4 hours to go before this candle closes. And the volume is not really that excessive. We're taking out the last, 4 days for, right now, currently, we're taking out the last 4 days of volume. So we'll see. Well, if this thing continues to push hard to the downside today, we might even come up and tie May 5th here, this volume bar. But in the meantime, we're looking for, just quite honestly, a near-term market correction, pullback. Is the bull market over? No. We have certain parameters and factors that we look at to determine that, and that's, at this point in time, we're not even close. So this is just a well-needed pullback. Like I said, it might even develop into a correction near term. And for the most part, there's not going to be any major players, whales, big movers that are going to be buying into the altcoin, especially Ethereum, at these prices, especially as extended above the 20, this red line here, this 20 simple day moving average, as we are now. We could come back, hit this area. I don't know if I have my lines up there. Yeah, but let me, let's go to, I think it's a 4 hour I had that hooked up on. We were in this bull flag. We bounced up, hit this midline of our up price channel. And then here we go, coming back down, testing it. See how we're testing the 20. That's one of the most important moving averages on your charts. Doesn't matter what timeline it is. And where we will determine when the correction really hits is when we take out. Now we've hit it, as you can see, perfectly. And I just, popped this back on while doing the video. I didn't look at it before, and then it was bought back up. And if we lose this trend price channel on Ethereum, then that's when we'll get the big, huge dump on the altcoins. Okay, so these 13, 17, 16, 9%, 10%. Little pullback we're having is nothing compared to what we're going to see. So if Ethereum loses this 3,500, just for simple even round numbers here, this little high pivot area that we couldn't get over, which was previous resistance, and now it should be a little bit of support for us. It's generally how it works. If that failed at 3,500, then we're going to be going a bit lower. Just to be honest with you. So if we, like I said, we pull out of this, start trading, sideways to down. Let me pull this up here a little bit. If we start trading, sideways to down and lose this uptrend line that goes back, well, to, April, the end of April this year. So, not that long of a trend line, but still pretty substantial how we've been going, just practically straight up. And that'll be the the crack in the dam that releases that waterfall to the downside for all of our altcoins. But the good news is that it will be bought back up, and then that money, we see a lot of the profits, etc., in Ethereum rolling over at the next run into the second and third tier level of altcoins, okay, which Theta, Digibyte, those should be in there too. Let's look at Litecoin. It's had a massive run. If the candle today takes out the candle yesterday, that'll be pretty major. Most times after you have this breakout clearing candle, you'll continue to push to the upside, but that might have been the head fake that they put in yesterday to get everyone, to continue to get in and to really get everyone on one side of the boat. And then, we're fixing that boat's getting ready to capsize. But we have a long-term trend channel, as you can see, on Litecoin. And as long as we stay in this price channel, we're good to go. Now, what's the depth of this price channel? From where we are just right now, down, let's say the 20, it's about, 18%. And then if we wick into that trend line, like we did here and here, that is if it just goes straight down. If we, obviously if we trade sideways across there for a few days, to down, it could be just a 20-something% pullback. And then again, hopefully it will hold this trend line. And if we lose the trend line and start closing, and this is on the daily, okay, not just a 1 hour or 4 hour, and the daily is a whole lot stronger than the 1 hour or 4 hour chart. And if we lose this, then the dam has broken. We will waterfall over very hard to the downside, probably into that mid to low 200 range pretty easily at there. So I just wanted to mention that, since Litecoin's had such a amazing run since, well, really I can bring this even down even lower here. From the first time we hit it, going back to October of 20. Okay, now let's get back to Theta, which is what we're here for. And as you can see, we have our uptrend line on Theta going back to December of 2020. We have now broken that, and the 20. When you get under the 20, you're considered bearish. If you get under the 50, that's even the next level of bearishness. And the 50 is the green line, and we've already crossed down under it, number one. And number two, obviously, we're under the 50, and the 20s under the 50. So we're, near term very bearish here. We could real easily come down, and we're taking out this low pivot here. So this is not good at all. And then the next temporary support or possible support, well, we'll hit it for sure, will be this low pivot here, 860, let's call it, and we'll come down and hit this 100 simple moving average at 8. So near term, looking at $8. Let me see. Let me also pull this up. Okay, this is the wow. When I put this up here, our RSI was up here at the top. It's already dropped to here. And if we come down and double bottom from where we pulled back the last time, that's a 15% pullback. Okay, so let's go back to our chart, and if we do a 15% pullback from where we are now, that's about, that low pivot, and they'll probably wick it. See this wick here where they drive it down into that 100. And again, let me make that even up here. So that's close. That's about 20. Just call it 20. 19.37. And that's close enough to $8. You know how the market loves those whole round even numbers, and so that's probably a pretty done deal. But there's another situation we're looking at. We haven't hit the 30, okay, this bottom line here since our bull market started. Our bull market started middle of March of last year. It's already been in it a year, okay? And so that's 30% move from where we are now, okay? If this first support on the RSI does not hold and we crash through it, as you can see over, wow, there might be a little double bottom there. We'll see if it holds. But if not, and we come down to the 30 line, which is the next, major, I'll go ahead and take that off to clean it up. Let's call it 30%. If we have to come down 30% to, reach some sort of support on the RSI, let's see where that 30% is in correlation to the daily chart. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, come on. Okay, call it good right here. And remember, we're talking about these sideways consolidation zones, how important they are to theta. And then right here we have one. See right here? And then how we consolidated sideways for several days, and then we had a big breakout clearing candle that got us up and out of there, and then the run to the all-time high. Okay, and guess what? We're right in the middle of that. So first target, is this would be kind of a short-term double bottom here. Let me take all this off. Okay, you see this right here? That'll be our first target, about 850, 860. What did this open at? Come on. 866. So I'll say 850 or so. Then $8, and then we'll be in this zone in the between 650. Let's see what that technically is. 650 to 733. So yeah, let's just call it 650 to $7 is the next one. And the reason why I say all that, that's just the first one we could bounce off of. If we don't, then we'll come down to the 100, and then boom, before you know it, we're going to be inside that sideways. Oh, don't tell me I erased it. I did. Okay, this sideways price consolidation zone. See where that squares is up just perfectly in there. Then we broke out. That was the clearing. That was the get in candle, so to speak, or add to candle right there. So that's the zone that we're looking at ultimately. Now, will it be down here in 24 hours? Probably not. It definitely doesn't go straight down. Even this big pullback here, we had a couple of days here and there, 1, 2, 3 before we finally reversed. And we're expecting it to be longer than a couple of days, as far as this pullback. So we'll see. I mean, that's the first possible areas. The 200 is always a probable target as well, and then we would bounce from there. Of course, I don't even want to talk about that. It's in the $4 range, but we'll monitor this. I don't want to get too people too freaked out here, but the main thing to know is that this is going to turn around. It's going to start running back to the top. This is definitely a shakeout. Come on, give me your coins, type deal. And you know how that game's played. As soon as you sell out completely, then guess what? It's going to turn and run, and you're going to be chasing it. Not saying to take profits, or not saying to not, none of this financial advice. All I know is that I know nothing at all. But anyway, just to kind of give you a heads up, these are the near-term price targets here. Let's go to Theta Fuel. And as soon as, Ethereum turns around and starts bouncing to the upside, we're looking for a lot of pushover, turnover into these second, third tier level coins. Now, Theta Fuel is actually holding up better. We're still above this uptrend line. Okay, number one. Number two, we're still in this sideways price consolidation zone above the 20. So looking good. Now, if we break this, then yeah, we're going to be coming down into that next low pivot zone. That's the next bounce, and we have our 100 simple day moving average there. Let's see, are we under the 50? Probably, yeah, just barely, but hey, we're under it. But okay, guys, I didn't mean for this to go that long, but I wanted to give you all the scenarios and kind of break it down in a little bit more detail for you. As always, thanks for watching these videos, and we will see you on the charts.